Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review. Today from Hasbro in their Marvel Legends series, we are celebrating 85 years of Marvel with Skaar, son of Hulk. Alright, so if you are unfamiliar with Skaar, he's the son of Hulk, as it says right there. He was introduced way back, I think in 2008, by writer Greg Pak. During that time period when the Hulk was exiled into space, if you read that series, Planet Hulk, he conceived a child, and that child was this, Skaar. And Skaar's first appearance was in World War Hulk, and that was, like I said, that was years ago, maybe like close to 17 years ago. So Skaar's almost 18, he's almost fully grown. Alright, so we have a great looking figure here. If you're into like Masters of the Universe, Conan, Thundercats, Fantasy, and Barbarians, and if you love the Hulk, this figure's for you. Just imagine a younger version of the Hulk, but like wearing barbarian gear, and you have his son. The last time I read a story with Skaar was years ago. And in the comic book I read, he was kind of like, it wasn't a team up, but it was kind of like he was interacting with Wolverine's son, Daken, aka Akihiro. And I think they were kind of just reminiscing the difficulties of what it was being like, to be the sons of like the Hulk and Wolverine, respectively. He kind of appeared briefly, I think at the end of the She-Hulk miniseries on Disney Plus. If you remember, there's that scene at the end where there's the family picnic. And then Bruce comes by, and then he has Skaar with him. Alright, so nice, chunky boy with some great looking accessories. The stock head is the hair down. He's looking very solemn, very calm. And then the alternate head, his hair is kind of moving in the wind, and he's looking a little bit more angry and frustrated. Comes with a giant knife and an even larger sword. And then for his, he has alternate hand options, which I think are the weapon wielding hands. If you're a fan of like some of the Marvel Legend Asgardian characters like Thor or Beta Ray Bill, and you just want new weapons for some of your Asgardians, these would be perfect, especially for those larger Thor or Ares action figures. Here are the alternate hands, and these are the hands I'm going to go with because I want my Skaar dual wielding his sharp blades. Oh, and here we have Skaar himself. Nice, large, beefy, muscular action figure. This guy is huge. He comes in at about 8 inches. Definitely a larger Marvel Legends figure, especially coming in the deluxe box. For a size comparison, here he is next to the X-Men character Vulcan, also in the Marvel Legends wave or series. You can see how much larger Skaar is when compared to a normal Marvel Legends action figure. It scales nicely against the McFarlane figure. So if you want to have the Hulk go toe-to-toe with Superman, or in this case, Malefic Spawn from Mortal Kombat, go for it. I do have a Hulk figure on hand. We have the Gray Hulk, also known as Joe Fixit, when Hulk was doing his residency in Las Vegas as a hired thug working the casinos. Much heavier figure, but you can see height-wise, pretty close. Like father, like son. Skaar's articulation, let's take a look at that. Actually, let's swap the heads because I feel like you can get more posability with the hair being a little bit more dynamic. It's kind of weird because on this one, the hair is much, much shorter, whereas on this one, it's just a lot longer. Alright, this came out pretty easily. There we go. I do like the shorter hair better. Let's get into focus. This does not want to focus correctly. There you go. Yeah, so with the shorter hair, it allows you more posability. You know, you can turn all the way around. He looks down. He looks up. There is a butterfly joint. You can kind of see it on the inside. I'm not sure how practical it is because his chest is so wide. And then the way his back muscles are arranged, it's not like it allows for a lot of range of movement. So it almost seems kind of unnecessary. But I do appreciate it that it's there. And I even appreciate it more that they're smooth moving. Arms move. They go outward. Bicep swivel. And then the elbows bend and they swivel. Articulated wrists. There is no diaphragm cut, but there is an ab crunch, which allows them to crunch pretty far forward, arch pretty far back. Great posability for a larger figure. It would be nice if they put a slit right there, because when you kick up, you'll notice that his furry briefs kind of ride up, and then they go outward. Again, it'd be nice if there was a slit, or if they found a better way to like do this, because this really hinders the movement. Upper thigh cut, very smooth moving. The pins are exposed on the knees, but I don't care. It's not a big deal. It's not a deal breaker for me. Articulated, there's a boot cut, so it's articulated right there. And then articulated ankles. You can store his knife in the back like that. And I did want to swap out the hands. Take that. Again, if you're into like Masters of the Universe, Thundercats, Conan, you know, this is a great figure. Or if you're into like Mythic Legions, this is a great figure to like, you know, kind of blend into your collection. If you want like a nice beefy figure, you know, you could easily migrate this into like Mythic Legions or Masters of the Universe, and instead of calling it the Hulk or Skaar, you could just easily consider this like an orc or a troll or a giant goblin or something. Except it's more appropriate to be an orc. Yeah, so great figure overall. You know, it's well worth the price. I got this off of Amazon here in the United States. That sword looks sick. Look at that. Yeah, so great figure. Great figure. I like this a lot. All right, so with that being said, let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. All right, later.